Hello, YouTube. I've hit the live button on YouTube. Hello. I don't know why I decided to go live on YouTube today. I mean, I guess I haven't posted a video in a while, so. I want to let everybody know, especially the YouTube people, because YouTube, I'm required to put a stream time. I was here early. It's not my fault. My dog ate my homework. The audio just took a shit. I don't know why. But it might have only been a Twitch thing. I don't think it would have happened on YouTube, but I wanted to... Why am I explaining myself like I'm in trouble? Have we done the haven't seen you all year bits yet? No, you were the first one.
Years.
Hello, Thrillhouse. I've been messing around my arcade cabinet all day. And I gotta be honest with you, I want to wrap this up so I can go back and mess around with my arcade cabinet some more. I'm considering doing a stream from the arcade cabinet again, because I think I have a better way to do it now. It's just a computer, so I can just actually I could just stream from that computer. I'm not going to do that. I can HDMI out into a capture card. That cannot be good for your back. What, an arcade cabinet? Playing around with an arcade cabinet? I have a stool over there. See if it goes better than last time. Yeah, last time I did a stream from the arcade cabinet, it was a disaster. But I have a much better way of doing it. I wonder what Bob did for New Year's. I was supposed to go into the city because my friend was having a little New Year's bash, and then he got sick. So he canceled, and then I had people over, and it was fine. We had a good time. I haven't shat since last year. Okay, well, you're due for one. Annalyn is a pretty good Steam arcade game. Okay, let's see. Today, I'm going to be So on Sunday, we streamed here on YouTube and on Twitch. I streamed me messing around with the RG477V or whatever. And that thing's pretty cool. I got to mess around with that some more. The Trim UI Brick Hammer and the Trim UI Smart Pro S, which was horrible. And then I wanted to do the AYN Odin 3, but I didn't have enough time. So today I want to do the AYN Odin 3, and I have it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. No problem. Can I do this, maybe? Hello, excuse me. Hello, excuse me. Everything fucking sucks. Oh, wait. Everything fucking sucks. Oh, I plugged the wrong camera. My big schnoz in the camera. Hey. I Odin 3. That's all. It took me that long to just do that. I guess I should get the Odin 2s and the portals and whatnot out. This is kind of looking a lot like the portal. I mean, why though? Like, who? I mean, you know, it looks like that. I mean, do I really need to compare the two? I have the benchmarks and everything, so. So yeah, we're just gonna throw it around, I guess. Shit. After last stream, I messed around with my mic so that when I yell, it doesn't cut out as much. Thank you! Thank you, H3! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. Full Auto, thanks for the 38 months as well. And Joletto, thanks for the 8 months. Happy New Year, Bob. Did you give Zim a big smooch when the ball dropped? I literally did, yes. Okay, anyway. Thunderlock, thanks for the prime. I wanted to continue to procrastinate a little bit. Oh, I didn't tweet that I'm live. Let me do that before I stream too long. Messing with the Odin 3. Twitch.tv/WolfDen. Tweet. Now I go here and I go to B-Sky because you can't cross post yet. What has better New Year's Eve celebrations? Sydney Harbor Bridge fireworks or New York's Big Ball? I'm gonna be real with you. Probably the fireworks because you can see that from far away. The New Year's Eve ball, you don't want to be anywhere near that. Although my old Brooklyn apartment, I could see it. I could see it. You could see all the lights. Obviously, it's not. You're very far away, so it's not the same. Hello, Mr. A Game. Happy New Year. How is 2026 for you? You're so early. Okay, so what I wanted to procrastinate more doing was I wanted to show you. So maybe I could find this on the advanced search. From Bob Wulff. Ioneo? About battery? Yep. Okay, so my arcade cabinet here, that Thrill House made, I had an Ioneo inside of it, which is a terrible idea. And the Ioneo, I just decided to give it an old check. And look at that bulge there. It's got a pretty terrible battery bulge. So, look, the screen was popping out. I didn't even realize that. So this has been out of commission since September of last year. I think I hooked up a Wii U to it, but it's been largely out of commission. So last night I was gonna have people over, and I was like, "Shit, dude." Also, since I've had a little bit of time off, I've been meaning to do this anyway, but I hooked up this guy. But this thing is on the other side of this big pillar here. So I drilled into the wall, and I hit a stud, and my stun fighter was at the office, so I said, I almost gave up. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just run a cable. And I just ran a fucking cable. So yeah, now this guy is powering my arcade cabinet, Mind the Dust. And I've been fucking going through Steam games, dude. Trying to get Steam games to look good vertical. Thumper, kind of sick as hell. Shovel Knight Dig, I played a little bit, and that's fine, but that's 4x3. Sonic Origins has a 4x3 mode, but all it does is add a bezel to the sides. So it's 16:9 with bezels on the sides, so it's just here. It's so stupid, so I'm gonna delete that. Yeah, I got a bunch of other games that I want to try. Res Infinite, Star Providence, that's the game Donkey published recently. Super Flight looks cool.
Hey Charles Christopher White Jr., I just wanted to say I am big fan. I love your videos and Happy New Year, heart.
Who is that? And then Tetris Effect. I mean, I've played Tetris Effect, but that might look really cool on this monitor. So, I'm very excited to get this thing working again. It's so embarrassing to have somebody come over and they go in the living room and they go, oh my god, an arcade. Everybody, it's like the centerpiece. Everybody goes, oh my god, an arcade cabinet. And it fucking isn't working. Moist Critical. Oh, that's Moist Critical? I didn't know. I don't know his God-given name. I'm sorry. But thanks for the $10 for that great joke. I was okay, so I was with my friends last night, and somebody brought, apparently I went to the city one year for New Year's, and I forgot what year that was. And we all had a stroke and forgot how we got to the city or got home. So I decided to look through my pictures, and it was apparently New Year's 2019, turning into 2019. So I went through my pictures from around then to see, like, how did I get home? And I still don't know how I got to the city or got back. I just have amnesia from that night. But I was looking through my pictures and I found a screenshot. Somebody messaged me on it. This was 2018. Someone messaged me on Instagram and said, hey man, I love your videos. I'm a big fan of the ones where you have your girlfriend buy you Nintendo Switch accessories. That was in 2018. I do not think I had met Wood yet. But I screenshotted it, which means I was pissed off. Anyway, one of you suggested this game for my arcade cabinet. Is this like a Dig Dug situation? It looks like this is Dig Dug. Cool. Hopefully, oh, actually, that's like the perfect aspect ratio. Okay. Pretty cool. It's on sale now? Oh my god. I'll add it to the wish list. I could open up Steam. I was, for some reason, afraid to open up Steam, for some reason. I just got viciously hungry. What are we gonna do about that? I had to go to my parents' house for New Year's lentils and 12 grapes. It's like it's a tradition that I've never done before. I'm 36 years old. Aniline. There it is. $3. I'm just gonna add to the cart. I'm just gonna buy it. $3. Continue the payment. Take my money. I agree. Purchase. Thank you. I've never bought so many Steam games in my life. Get some enchiladas? Okay, I'll just get some enchiladas. Just get a couple enchiladas. All right, let's, I'm sure we're burying the lead here. Check it out. After the last stream, I did a thing. Now I can hit a button and it turns the noise gate off. That way I can now go like this. And now there's a little thing on screen so I know if the noise gate's off. But are you sure you want to skip? No, I don't want to skip. I want to connect to the internet. Hold the button? What are you talking about? Hey, what's up? Been saving for a new handheld. Can't wait to pick one up. Happy New Year's. Oh my god. Happy New Year's. Which handheld are you getting? There's so many options. The meme from last stream. Oh, don't do that. I still have trauma from that. I rewatched part of that stream where I was yelling and the noise gate cut off my oh, there's an update. Okay, sure, update in the middle of the setup. The noise gate cut out all my yelling, so now I can talk loud and it shouldn't cut out as much. I've been doing this new fun thing where I have ChatGPT to help me with OBS settings. That's not why I had no audio in the beginning of the stream. That's not why. I like the way that my mic sounds, except for the fact that when I yell, it cut out. So I gave ChatGPT my settings, and I was like, what should I change so that it doesn't cut, so that my audio doesn't cut out when I get too loud? And it was like, you have all of your filters in the wrong order. This is the order you should have them in. And I said, hey, ChatGPT, I like the way that my fucking audio sounds, okay? Everything sounds great. Just change this one little thing. And it was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. We'll just change that one. I was like, I know it's not correct, but I don't care about correct because it sounds good. Just tell me how to get it to stop clipping, please. What else did I do? What else did I ask ChatGPT to do for me? Oh, it helped me. Okay, so on the podcast, I wanted to do so we do a local recording. So we stream to Twitch, we stream to YouTube, and we do a local recording, right? And that computer is like not the most powerful computer. So we do Twitch, YouTube, local recording, and that's all kind of one stream. So it's like they just kind of bounce between each other, and then it does a vertical recording as well, so it's easier to make like TikToks and stuff. And then I wanted to add on top of that an isolated video file of just the wide shot, and that made everything run like fucking ass. Bob, look at the console. Don't tell me if you give me one more command, you're fucking out of here. You're on thin ice, buddy, man with the long name. So I just made the wide really low quality, and that was it. That's all I did. I don't know why I'm making a big story out of it. ChatGPT is all right, but it can lead you down the wrong path. That is 100% true. I used my laptop where it wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi. Went through ChatGPT. I was convinced I had bone marrow cancer for all of November. Thanks to ChatGPT, okay? Had an issue with my laptop where it wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi. Went through ChatGPT first, and then Google. GPT was like, run all these commands. Google was like, oh, just turn off the... I'll tell you, Gemini is maybe, I mean, I don't want to say worse because they're both kind of bad, but it's ChatGPT and Google Gemini. They're like talking to a stupid person. Because you'll ask it something and then it'll tell you something, and you're like, you are missing all of this like really obvious context, and then you give it to it and it's like, oh, of course, and then you have to like lead it, but then because you're leading it, you can kind of convince it to tell you whatever you want. today there's a TV stand that I want, and apparently the company that makes it is not a reputable company. So I put it into ChatGPT and I was like, give me similar ones to this. It's like, okay, here's a bunch of similar ones. And I was like, none of those are even close to similar. I was like, give me one that's like wooden and black and rounded. And there's like, okay, here's similar ones. And I was like, no. So I went to Google Gemini. Google Gemini was like, here's some, and it listed them all via text. What is that? Why? Why are you doing that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Is this OLED? Why would it do that? That was so weird. It did like an image pixel retention test. I've never seen that. We want the Odin launcher. The Odin launcher is kind of goated. Sure, I'll do gesture navigation. What was I saying? Okay, I put it into Google Gemini. Google Gemini was like, here's a text list of similar TV stands. And I was like, can I see the TV stands? Why are you showing me via text? Give me a picture or a link. And it said, okay, here are the links. And it didn't have links. I was like, hey, Gemini, am I taking fucking crazy pills? Can I see a picture? And then show me pictures. None of them were anything close to the TV stand I wanted.
Happy New Year. Wulff. Enjoy the soup.
Thank you. I don't have Streamlabs open. The Thor had image retention issues with the same screen. Okay. John Crawford, thanks for 47 months. I appreciate it. 8 Weege Dog, thanks for the prime. Is the Odin launcher really better than Daiji Show? That's subjective. I don't like Daiji Show because it takes a little bit to set up. I kind of just like the Odin launcher because I know what emulator I want to use, and I'm just going to put the emulator, then I'm going to hit it, and it brings me to the emulator. Like, I don't need like a nice, neat little thing that says, hey, this is what you press to play Super Nintendo games. This is what you press to play GameCube games. I'm fine just going to Dolphin. Or just going to RetroArch, you know? I'm fine with that. If I was setting this up for, like my mom, I would be like, I would set up Daiji Show, you know? But I'm not my mom. I know that. I know what emulator I want to play. Why are we dimming so much? We want high performance all the time. Thank you. Fan smart. You're smart. I trust you. Smooth display? Give me 120. Is this the same screen that's in the Portal? Anyway, what else can I complain about? I did have ChatGPT make me, don't tell Will, he's going to be so mad. ChatGPT made me the Patreon scroll. Because there's no way to like pull from a Patreon list. The little Patreon scroll that happens at the bottom of the podcast. I asked it to make an HTML version of that Patreon scroll that pulls from an Excel spreadsheet of all of the patrons so that I can update it easily. And it took like 30 iterations, but it did a pretty damn good job. So that's like a use case where like it's pretty good. But that's like code. It's like coding. Like that kind of makes sense. But if you're like, hey, ChatGPT, do you think I have bone marrow cancer? It'll be like, yes. And then you'll be insane. Floating icon we don't want, right? What is even floating icon? I forgot what that is, but I know I have to turn it off. Oh, it's that little thing. What are we doing here? Why are we here? Oh, I wanted to turn off this screen is already gunked up. Display. Lock screen? No, we don't want a lock screen. 30 minutes? I guess 30 minutes. Is there like a screen dim after a certain amount of time? Dim? No, we're good. Whatever. Force dark mode by turning on developer options. Oh, just leave me alone. I gotta blow my nose already. Keeping my gross tissue here. Dark mode doesn't need dev options. Dark mode isn't important. Suck it up. Oh, another thing I wanted to try. I don't know how many of you were here last stream, but I had a horrible time with the Trim UI Smart Pro S because it doesn't come with an SD card, and you have to. It didn't come with an SD card. And you have to make your own micro SD card, and it's a huge pain in the ass, and it didn't work at all. The upgrade didn't work. It did come with a micro SD card. So I bet popping this in will just fix it. And if we have time, maybe I'll do that. Anyway, thanks for $2, Professor Rock. Thanks, ChatGPT. I made it to the Patreon. You're welcome. Why am I? You're welcoming. Happy New Year, Bob. Wishing lots of health, happiness, and love to you and yours. Oh my God, thank you. I wonder if that handheld AYN Neo-kun is good. It looks good. No, not the Kun. The Conquer is the one that everybody likes. I feel like that one's probably really good. I just never got it because I'm very selective with AYN Neo because I have to buy them. And I get them like late, sometimes 2 months late. Bob, did you figure out the Trim UI Smart Pro S? What did I literally just say? Where were you? Hit the live button on YouTube. While you're at it, press like on the fucking stream. Do these sticks light up? I'd be shocked if they don't. I mean, I guess the first thing we'll do is a 3D Mark test, which means I have to get on the Google Play Store. Everyone loves a good 3D Mark test, right? That's the most riveting part of these streams. What videos are you currently working on? Almost none. I want to work on... So I'm kind of working on my arcade cabinet, and I do want to make a video on that eventually, but that's gonna take a little bit. And it's not like a priority. The next video I think is just gonna be a simple me at my desk talking about all of the handhelds coming out this year. I think that's it. I'll probably write that over the weekend, and that should be a pretty easy video to do. Bob, device recommendations, please. A device that will play everything up to PS2 and PS3. PS3 is rough. PS3 is nothing's gonna run that good. The Odin. I mean, the AYNs are great. They're a little expensive. If you want to save some money, get a retro. But if you really want good PlayStation 3, get a PC handheld or something.
Hi, Bob. Is your new year happy so far?
I'm pretty happy. Thank you, Sean's name, for the 27 months. Are you guys? I've been shitting normally, so I'm able to have coffee again. So that's all one could ask for, right? How is the Steam Deck for running 3DS games? It runs them good. It's just, you know, you got side-by-side 3DS games, you know? Like, the screen isn't exactly, like, the best for 3DS games, but it's fine if you can manage. I mean, the screen's big enough where you can stack them for some games, or you can put them on the side, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Hello? I don't remember my fucking password. God. Oh my god. Okay, I did it, yay. What's the point of playing... What's the point of paying the Switch tax if I have an AYN Thor with GameHub /Eden? There's no point. I'm going out of my way to find games to play on my Switch too. But I have just been buying games on Steam and using my Thor. So you're in quite a conundrum there. And I understand this conundrum. You have a Switch 2, and the Switch 2 is cool and nice, and I want to play games on the Switch 2. You have a new thing. You have a cool new thing, and you want to use it. And that's fine. Maybe you want to buy a game for that thing. But you could also just play it on your Thor or your Steam Deck or your PC if you buy it through Steam. So it's just where you want to play it. Some people would rather play it on the Switch too, and that's fine. And you got to pay for that. You got to pay Nintendo for that. I have... Oh my god. Oh my god, stop. Oh my god, I don't need to verify purchases. I'm not gonna purchase anything. So I just bought Tetris Effect Connected for the second time because I had it on Switch. I had it on Switch. And then... Okay, so I think I pirated it at first. Don't tell anybody. For the Switch. And then I wanted to test it on the Switch too to see, like, how well it ran. So, because that's a hard game to emulate. So, I purchased it. Oh my god, it's doing the refresh. So, I purchased it on the Switch too. And now I want to play it on my arcade cabinet, so I bought it on Steam. So just where you want to play a game. Sometimes you want to play it on the Switch. Sometimes you want to play it on a Steam Deck. It's you know. You want to play it on your cool new thing. Is there something that I bought on my Switch? Just to play it on the Switch? What hardware is hooked up to the arcade cabinet? It is a Asus NUC mini PC. I have a video on it that I made last year. That is currently... last night I hooked that up to the arcade cabinet. It was shockingly easy. Everything just kind of worked. So I plugged it all in, and then I ran EmuDeck for PC, and it set up everything great. Everything just worked. This pixel refresh thing is fucking pissing me off, man. Keeps doing it. How often is the image retention going to be an issue? What do we do? What front end does the arcade counter run now? It runs Emulation Station. So originally, okay, so I made a video on the arcade cabinet a while ago. In that video, I started off using the Steam Deck with it, and that was great. And it's just Steam OS. And and EmuDeck with Emulation Station. Everything worked great, but I had to use 8-bit controllers. My stupid Atari controller is like a weird protocol that nobody recognizes. So originally I wasn't able to use that with Emulation Station. Emulation Station wouldn't recognize it. So I switched to something called M Galaxy, which is fine. Dude, Jesus Christ, man, every 5 fucking seconds. So I used this thing called M Galaxy, which I think I had to pay for, and it was like, it's fine, but like, you know, there's more options with Emulation Station. Emulation Station is just easier and fine. So now that I redid everything, I tried EmuDeck again, and now EmuDeck launches Emulation Station via Steam and uses Steam input to do all of your front end and emulators and stuff. So my controller now suddenly works with Emulation Station and with all of the emulators because it's all being run through Steam input. So the short end of that is I plugged everything in, I ran EmuDeck, and it set up everything, and everything works fine now. Anyway. I'm running out of room on my Excel spreadsheet here. I got too many handhelds. No, Wildlife Extreme. Okay, I got more room on the Android side. I always forget that it's Wildlife Extreme. I'm waiting for that to come out. Want to see the reviews first? What are we talking about? Any good budget small hand? Oh, the Retroid Pocket 6? Yeah. A lot of people on my like best handheld of the year video were glazing the Retroid G2. Okay, why would I? I didn't get that because it's too similar to the Retroid I already have. Any good budget small handhelds that are good with emulation? Budget, well, I mean, there's a million. It depends on what you want to play and how much money you want. Give me a price point and the games that you want to play. I'm gonna get one handheld for each game I want to play. Okay, Russ has a video on that. Or like he made his Trim UI brick like the 3-game handheld or something. Why is the R36S so popular? I mean, they went hard on like TikTok shop or something. I met someone at a wedding that had a handheld and they were like, yeah, and I can't get like games on it or something. They were like having some issue. And then like, it's got thumbsticks, and I was like, it's the R36S. And then they showed me a picture, and I was like, it's the R36S. How do you feel about used PC handhelds being better price to performance than gaming laptops? This is the first I'm hearing that. That's the highest score I've ever seen in my life. That is a high score. That is very high. Holy hell. Run it back. Why can't you run it back? Where's the run it back button? There's no run it back button? Okay. AYN Odin 3 specs. Snapdragon 8 Elite. What do I have? Which one do I have? Pro 12. Wait. I don't think this is the Pro. Because the Pro says that it has 256 gigabytes of storage, but this one I'm pretty sure has 512 gigabytes of storage. We'll have to do a little look. Oh my god, the Ultra has 24 gigabytes of RAM? Did I buy this with my own money? No. What's the retail price? It's still a pre-order? This thing isn't out yet? Oh, batch 3, it's out. Okay. So the Pro is $400. That's kind of a lot. 6377. 377. Okay. I'm gonna run it again one last time, and then I'll check to see if I could see what memory this thing has. And what Android version are we working with here? I got a pee already. I should have pre-peed. Android 15. Okay, is this the first Android 15 handheld that I'm playing with? I think it is. What other handhelds are Android 15? Preed? I should have preed. Cheapest handheld that can play Simpsons Hit and Run for PS2 and Chibi Robo on GameCube. You guys are crazy. Get in Odin. No, get a Retroid Pocket 4, 5, or 6. $629. So this is the first time where the score actually went lower. All right, that's insane. Let's see what this even is. I don't even know what this is. I think they fucked up in gaming. Look, 463 gigabytes free. So this can't be the Pro. This is more storage than what the Pro says that it has. $16 gigabytes of memory. This is the max. They gave me the max. They put the max in the box. Some poor soul just paid $450 for a max, and they're getting a Pro because I have their max. Oops. Okay, this is starting to make sense. So here we go. This is the max. This is $450. Still cheaper than the 1X Sugar, which is the previous most powerful Android handheld I've ever seen in my life. The AYN Pocket DMG for some reason is all the way up there too, but the Thor is also pretty high up there. But yeah, this thing like is blowing everything out of the water here. But I guess it's that memory. Now it's making me, I mean, it's got to be the Snapdragon 8 Elite, but also I think the memory might be helping a lot. Does anybody know where I can find 3D Mark benchmarks for the AYN Odin 3 Pro? I know other YouTubers must have done it. I'm curious to see where the disparity is, because I just got the AYN Pocket Vert, and I got the cheap one because I was like, that extra couple of bits of RAM isn't gonna really matter to me, but maybe it would. Is Twitch the primary chat for the Wulff Den streams? I have it all, you can see it on screen. It's all mixed together for me, so it doesn't matter to me. I do frequently yell specifically at YouTube chat. So if you don't want to be yelled at, go to another stream, because I'm still gonna yell at you, baby. Should I bother setting up a Linux drive for AIO, a retro game? What does that mean? Or should I just get a handheld instead? You gotta be careful giving me an acronym, because I don't. All in one? Okay, thank you. Why a drive? Why would you do that? Make it a folder. What was the difference between the Max and the Ultra? Okay, so let's bring that up. Okay, what happened here? I'm the protector of the emeralds, runes, and gems. All right, so we got the Max, which is $450. Thank you, AYN, for having this show up in my house unprompted. We got the Max, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage. The Pro is the one that they probably sent to reviewers, that the one that everybody should have gotten, that the one I was supposed to get. $400. These are kind of a lot. This is a lot of money for an Android handheld, although now we're getting Steam games, so now we're getting pretty spicy. 12 gigabytes of RAM versus 16 gigabytes of RAM, and half the storage. I don't know how much that RAM is going to matter. I'm curious to see if anybody could quickly scrub through a review from somebody else and see if they did a 3D Mark benchmark and let me know the score. That would be fantastic. 3D Mark should have like a website where you could just type in like, hey, what's the average score on this device? All reviewers and devs, me included, reviewed the Max. Really? But the boxes say Pro? Really? Why? Shit. Well, do we know anybody who's got a Pro? Call Russ. Do I even have his number? Do the games that run through GameHub run natively, or is it using some sort of it's using a translation layer that is similar. I mean, Product Devity is here, and he's probably cringing hearing me dumb this down. But my understanding is that it's similar to Proton. It's doing like what the Steam Deck does for a Windows game. It's doing that, but for Android. Call Eric. He'll give you some numbers. They won't be accurate, but he'll absolutely give you numbers. Is it really worth it to play almost double for the Odin 3 instead of a Retroid Pocket 6? I don't have a Retroid Pocket 6, so I can't tell you, but I'm gonna say almost certainly not. Ryan Retro has a Pro that he bought, but he also was sent the Max. So does he have numbers? 3D Mark benchmarks? I'm very curious to see what the difference is with that extra bit of RAM. What do you think of the AYN Pocket Play? I don't even know what that is. What is that? Oh, the Xperia Play thing. I think that's awesome, and I want one. I want to try it. It's going to be $1 million, but I definitely want to buy that. Are you working towards being the most experienced person with handhelds on the planet? I'm failing. I'm not there. I'm up there. Listen, there's a million YouTubers out there that buy every handheld. I'm just a drop in the bucket. But that's like such a small percentage of people. Most people have a couple. Most people have 0 handhelds, okay? Most people who are actually interested in handhelds have like a couple. 1 to 3. Okay? So I would say, yes, I am plenty more experienced in handhelds than most people, even that are interested in handhelds. But there are plenty of YouTubers who are way more on top of things than I am. Bob's about quality, not quantity. It's not even that. I am trying to focus. I'm trying to focus. There's too many. They don't all deserve attention. So like and I do not have the time. So I'm just trying to like this one's interesting for this reason. Like I'm not gonna show you guys. I'm not gonna spend a video is me showing you guys, hey, check out this thing. I'm not gonna show you the thing if it's not interesting in some way. right, now everybody's just listing all the stuff that they have. Is it really difficult to set up and manage GameHub and Game Native? No. And is it complicated in terms of dealing with Steam Cloud? No. In games there, I will say, if you want a more user-friendly experience, if you want the most hands-off, GameHub or GameHub Lite is the most user-friendly experience, where you have to do a little tinkering. I personally have been using Game Native because the dev talked to me once and he was nice, but also I like the fact that you don't have to log in. It just you have to log into your Steam, but like it doesn't require an account or anything. And I have the settings kind of fine-tuned in Game Native for everything to just kind of work. So I like Game Native. But that's it. They're both very good. Game Native is getting a GOG and Epic support. That's fucking awesome. Epic support is crazy. I'm a little peeved about that because I spent $50 on Grand Theft Auto 5 when I could have just played it from the Epic store. I gotta do something. I gotta pee. Let me take a pee break. And that means I gotta grab a snack. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Will you at least show us all the new retro handhelds out of War Crimes? Do you mean the... What? Are you talking about the mod retro? They only have one handheld. They have the M64, which I will be getting, but I'm honestly not that excited about that. Does anyone have an ArcG Cube? Yeah, me. I have a video on it. Hey, Sleepyhead, thanks for the Prime. And Darchi, thanks for the Prime. I appreciate it. Made out? I meant made out of? And yeah, I was joking about Parma Lucky. Oh, I have a video on that. And the comments are crazy. All right, let me pee. Talk amongst yourselves. I got an assortment of bars. I got a LAR bar. These are not good.
I have enjoyed every single
these things, which make me fart.
I have given you $5.
And these are Simple Mills dark chocolate almond, and then these are fucking just good. These are not healthy at all. Oh, hey, it's beat 'em ups. Thank you for the 60 months. 60 months. Holy shit. I have enjoyed every single one of these 60 months. Oh my god. I have given you $5. I hope to give you my money forever and ever. Oh my god, that's so nice of you. I think I have a longer streak in your chat. Bob never beating the vegan allegations. Shut up. Simple Mills is the best. I think I told this story before, but I like their cookies. But they give me so much gas. So I was with my dietitian, and they were like, "Oh, get the Simple Mills cookies. They're very good." And I was like, "I have them, but I fart so much when I eat them." And she goes, "How many are you having?" And I said, "The whole box at once." Every time I have them. And she goes, "Okay, don't fucking do that." And I was like, "All right, sorry." So now I bought the little fun-sized bags of them. Anyway, I really like the Simple Mills. They have pumpkin muffins. They're really good. Those give you so much gas. It's fucked up. But also, I would have like 7 at a time. Anyway, what do we do? Why are we here? Should I just game native right away? Because this thing is insanely powerful. I think we should just game native right away. Are you gonna make me log in? Save time, type less. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. Game native. I'm surprised I didn't have to lower the brightness on this thing. Are you using Isu right now? No, I get the updates. I'm in their Discord and I get the updates sent to my phone. It seems like they've kind of made it a lot more user-friendly. Any reason to use native over GameHub Lite? So, no. Other than I have my settings pretty good in game native. There's really no difference. Game native, GameHub Lite makes it so you don't have to log into GameHub, which is awesome. But they're kind of the same. The only reason to use GameHub Lite is because Productivity is here and he works on it. And you gotta be nice to him. Hey, where did the download go? The main reason I like Game Native, to be honest, is because it was the export button to add to my last emulation station. Oh. I used it, I think. I used it before GameHub Lite was a thing. So I just kind of got used to it. I've shifted most of my GameHub Lite dev time to Game Native. Oh! Alright, then fuck GameHub Lite, then. Stop doing that! Stop it! It's gonna ask me to do a QR code. Steam. I love Steam. Been loving Steam, you know? Gamer Charisma was saying this isn't compatible with turnip drivers. Yeah. Oh, yeah. People were saying this one's powerful, but actually it sucks because the drivers aren't supported. So this might just be a disaster. Oh my god. This interface seems new. Hey, that game I literally just bought. They're working on drivers guides. Okay. I'm in batch 3. It's batch 3 of this device. Like, this device is out. I think the NVIDIA noise filter is doing a good job of cutting out my chews. So again, I'm in like a dilemma. What do I play? I guess neon white. Neon white, I like kind of know like the frame rate that's good. I guess Skyrim. That's those like the only games that I guess I could like gauge that will work, and also I can use to gauge frame rate. So I'm gonna say that turn-up drivers are expected early this year. Okay. Mine should be batch 3 while INEO won't ship to their early backers. What device? INEO makes too much stuff. I can't keep track of all of their issues. Does it pass the Mario Odyssey test? This will for sure pass the Mario. Well, I don't know. The drivers might not be good. Forgot about that. Will this download in the background if I leave? Eden Emulator. I guess this will be pretty easy. I am just gonna play powerful stuff on here. Well, I guess I should probably. It's 120 hertz screen. I guess I should do some black frame insertion. Download Android and download. Oh, I just did this. Hey, bro, how about you just give me the one standard or optimized? What's the fucking difference? Obviously, I want optimized for any Android device that has frame generation or any other per device feature. How am I supposed to know? I'm gonna use standard. You have that? I have frame generation? Okay, I'm gonna use frame generation. But do I want frame generation? Is that just gonna give me the wrong frame rate? Is that gonna just give me frame rates that are not real? You can also try Unleash Recomp on Game Native. Oh. Well, then I gotta set that up. YouTube keeps deleting my comments for no reason this week and last week. It's not deleting your comments. It doesn't think your comment is good. You probably had a shitty comment is the reality of it. But I have friends that are like, do you see my comment? I think YouTube is, it's like, no, it's just, YouTube just decided that you're an idiot. Yeah, no one wants to see that, and it buried it. I'm sorry. You made a bad joke and it wasn't. Basically, it's probably that. Yeah. Honestly, from my Wulff Den account, okay? From my Wulff Den account, I comment on people's YouTube videos. Not even one like on my comment. And I'm like, I don't know if you know this, YouTuber with a check mark. I'm like kind of a big deal, and when I leave a comment, no one fucking cares at all. I went to the hospital earlier. They took a piece of my liver, but I feel better. Okay. I hope you feel better. Stop. Treat your liver better. If you need to wait for installs and want to share your thoughts on the game native UI overhaul. Oh shit, dude. I'm a fucking UI slut. I'm a fucking UI slut. I noticed this is unlisted. Am I? Well, you posted it in the chat. This is your fault. Everything's going too fast. I'm freaking out here. What is the goal of the overhaul, and what are your thoughts? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the horizontal. So I like that that's different. Yeah. And I guess this is more in line with like what it is like on Steam. Like on Steam OS, because it shows you like this kind of aspect ratio. Making it controller centric, having yeah, I do love touching the screen. Cache for Steam, GOG, Epic. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I see. Steam installed local. Okay. So yeah, that is immediately something here. Like, these are just all my games. So like I have to go to filters, and then I have to go to like installed games. And yeah, I don't love that. So yeah, having a tab at the top is nice. Steam installed local. So what is local then? Custom tabs would be clutch. I mean, folders would be nice, like or like favorites, or like a, I guess you can call it like custom, and then just or folders, and then you just have like folders of games, or what do they call it on EmuDeck? Favorites or collections, something like that. But like that's we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's like a whole other thing you would have to develop. EXE files you have on your internal storage. Oh, that's sick. Okay. Now, why is that different than installed? It kind of sounds like they could be the same thing. Stop ignoring me. You're being annoying. I'm going to just ban you. How about we all ignore you forever? Yeah, no, I like the way this looks. GOG offline install, you can just import it into game native. I understand. Installs everything, doesn't matter if Steam or local. Would you think it's overkill to have a separate tab? Now, are there also filters? Because if that's the case, then yes, I think it is overkill to have a local. I think local is a little more niche and not as important. So you have Steam library, so you have all, which I also think is a little redundant, but that's okay. all Steam library installed and local. Yeah, I don't think local is important. But then again, like, well, yeah, I think installed and local is too similar. But you could easily replace, I mean, not easily, but like you could replace local with like a favorites or collections or something like that. Or get rid of it for now. Adding a filter to just toggle between all and installed on every tab. All and installed on every tab. Oh, I see. Okay, because you can't have... Because Steam doesn't include the local stuff. Okay. Honestly, I think all is also too much. I think it's Steam library, then installed, and then Steam library, and then installed. I'm freaking out. Steam library installed, and then installed has a local filter. Steam library installed has a local filter. Jesus. I used to be a graphic designer. I used to do UI stuff all the time. We used to have these meetings, and we would sit around the meeting and go with our little pencils and be like, how do you think a customer would interface with this website? But installed would include all games installed from every system. Yes. So installed by default would show also Steam games that are installed too? Yes. And then have a filter to filter whatever you want within the installed. Because, like, here's what's so difficult about UI and UX. You, and even most of the people who are watching this we know too much. And most of the people who are going to be using this and will hopefully adopt it in the future don't know anything. So they're gonna get this and they're gonna be slammed with all. And it is a little confusing to have all of my Steam games here. Because, like, I don't want to play all of these games. This is... A lot of people have a million Steam games. So, like... Obviously, I'm gonna go here and I'm not gonna... Where's the neon white I just downloaded? Where is it? It's all the way at the top, which is very nice. It's very good that that goes to the top. So yeah, I think being told, like, this is your Steam library. Then I'm like, okay, this is my Steam library. And click here for all the games that are currently installed on this device. Okay, then you click on that, and then you can filter that. I think the tabs would still have value as essentially saved folders. Maybe adding like a favorites or a collections tab would be nice. Maybe that could be editable to then add your own collections on a tab level. But, like, that's a little more advanced, and that's a whole nother thing. I'm not saying that that one wouldn't be a nice feature. I'm just saying that's, like, more work. That's like a whole nother level. Tabs could eventually be customized later. I will share that idea with the team. Okay, very cool. I'm glad. This is very nice. I gotta do things right now. I never downloaded Skyrim, by the way. I think it's technically still the most powerful Android handheld out there. Yeah, we did a 3D Mark test and it was insane. But we haven't played an actual game yet. Sorry for hijacking the stream. No problem. You can message me anytime. Installed / library / collection / non-Steam. No, so you see the non-Steam should just be a tab within the library. It should be a filter within the library tab. SteamOS has pretty decent sorting for games playable on the Steam Deck. However, sometimes I see keyboard and mouse games in there. Interesting. I think SteamOS has a very nice UI, but it also has... It could be cleaned up, like, a lot. Like... You have all of your games in like a string, right? And that's great, and they all look really nice, but then below that is all garbage. It's just, we filter it out. Our brains just tune it out. But like, there's a nice little row in Steam Big Picture Mode and in SteamOS, and it's all your nice stuff, and it's really easy to navigate. But directly below that thin line of all of your games is just hot garbage. You see they chose Timo Janto as the director for the upcoming Sleeping Dogs movie. No, somebody mentioned that in the stream the other day on the podcast, and I have no idea what that means. Same director for Nobody 2 and The Night Comes for... I don't know any of those movies. Is Game Native better than GameHub compatibility-wise? I think they are both exactly the same. The only difference is GameHub, my understanding, is that they try to give you default settings. And Game Native, I think, has gotten better with giving you default settings. So I try to tell people that GameHub is more user-friendly because if you don't want to mess with any settings. But I don't even know if that's true anymore. Still pretty new to all this. I have a Pocket G2 on the way. I have a Miu Mini Plus, but the card crapped out, and I don't own a PC or an Android phone to redo my card. Oh, that sucks. You need that. Oh, well, you have a G2. You have a Pocket G2. You can redo the SD card from that. I kind of don't want to just start playing Neon White while this thing's downloading. I'm gonna continue to set up okay, don't show me this again. I'm gonna continue to set up Eden, I guess. Did I install it? No, I didn't install it. But we gotta get GameHub on here. Boom. Game Native, I mean. System apps, Google Chrome. No thanks. What's this button? Where are my downloads at? Eden. Optimized, apparently. So again. You know what? Never mind. Oh, I gotta put games on here. We are combining the MU ready data to have better game presets for Game Native, but this is still very early. Oh, very nice. I just noticed that when I last installed Game Native, the settings were kind of very close to the ones that I would have used anyway. So that was my computer. I'm sorry, everybody. So I just kind of assumed that Game Native kind of got more... I don't know. They like changed the settings. They like optimized the settings better. I don't know. Is there an easy way to move game native games from one device to another? Yes, you link your Steam account and just download them again. Stop doing that. So this thing's got a lot of space. I'm just gonna move all of my Switch games. Is that a bad idea? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. New folder. ROMs. New folder. Yeah, Switch. This. Odyssey. That's all we need. I have fucking Monster. You know what? Should I put Monster Hunter? I have Monster Hunter Rise for some reason. I'll put Monster Hunter Rise. It's because I know that's going to be difficult to emulate. Why play Switch games on this? Just because? Yes. Honestly, I'm mostly excited to play Steam games. I am not like that interested in Switch, but I know that this thing 4 hours to move these games. Oh, and it crashed. It just did it just disconnect? No, it's there. What happened? It just closed the window. Why? Can we turn off the pixel refresh or like make it like not do it all the time? Refresh. Automatically. Raises the refresh rate up to 120 hertz. Is it because I'm playing at 120 hertz? Okay, I'll turn that off then. I'm so sorry. Maybe that'll fix it? Okay, I'm canceling this transfer. Because I think it's going to take too long. Yeah, it was just doing Monster Hunter Rise. Okay. I'll just move a couple things for now. I think you can turn on keep display on or something like that. One of the quick settings? One of these settings? Keep screen on. Not automatically turn off until you manually press the power key or turn off this setting. This setting is only valid this time. What the hell? Turn off OLED refresh. Okay, Odin settings. Odin settings. OLED screen protection. Ah! Pixel refresher. Every 30 seconds it does it? Okay, so pixel refresher is probably not what we want. Or I can just increase the time. It was 30 seconds? Let's make it like 5 minutes, right? I have to do math. Just make it fucking 3,000 seconds, huh? What is 3,000 seconds? I can't do math, dude. What's 5 minutes? Is it 300 seconds? It is 300 seconds. No, it's 200. I'll do 300. I'll trust you. I went to art school, okay? Bob, is the Switch OLED still on? Yes. It's that. The Switch, I'm sorry, the Steam Deck OLED is not. It turned off like a few months ago and I never turned it back on. The battery kept like just disconnecting, and I got sick of turning it on all the time. So what keys does this thing want? Type keys, I'm going to assume. Nope, it wants prod keys. Firmware. Boom. Games. Sure. Do a deep scan, why don't you? You have so much processing power in front of you and you're trying to math. That's a good idea. These are all calculators and I'm not using them for their true purpose. Twitch timeouts defaults to 600 seconds and Biscuits keeps reacting to me doing that. Like he's mad that you time someone out. All right, so GPU driver, fetch, GameHub, Adreno 8XX, productivity. What does this mean? Recommended driver, GameHub, Adreno 8XX. Explain to me. Not sure if there's an easy way to get this on your device. Oh my God, is that literally what you just linked? Or is this a different one? Oh my God, I just downloaded a fucking TZST file. Okay, it could just be a virus. It just fucking just gave me a file in the chat. It is basically the official Qualcomm driver ripped from another device that was released with a newer version. Can I just use the GameHub one? I use the GameHub to download it and pull it from GameHub folder. It's the latest we have. Not sure if Eden already lists that one. No. I'm just gonna use this one. Is this okay? I'm just gonna do this. Is that all right with everybody? Qualcomm. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Now everything else should be fine. Assuming that the controller just automatically... Eden's pretty good at getting the controller to just work. Okay, Odyssey pulled. I guess I'm just gonna put Monster Hunter on here. See how long this takes. It's a very big game. Should make a huge difference. Good to know. This is gonna take 2 hours. Are you having a piss right now? Oh my God, there's so much DLC is the problem. Why do I have this? How big is this? Oh, it's 20 gigs. That's not crazy. Do it. Put it all there. I don't think it's gonna take 2 hours. I think it'll take like 10 minutes. What mouse is that? It's the 8-bit Do mouse. It's very good. I like this mouse a lot. By the time I pull out my phone, find the calculator app, and remember what the fuck I was doing, I would just do the math in my head. Well, I can't do that, but I also have you guys, so. I want to use Isu so bad, but you have to put game icons on there yourself. So I think they fixed that. I think they added a scraper. So I think it's good now. I give up with Monster Hunter. It just fucking crashed again. just reopen Eden, I guess. See, so people were asking, I'm using the Odin launcher just because it has my app icons there, and I know if I want to play Switch games, I gotta open Eden. And that's it. So now I can hit my little button. It would be nice if that button also paused the music. Hide controller. Oh my god, Eden's so great. I mean, not bad, honestly. This feels pretty good. I didn't even see how it felt. Is that the fan? That is the fan. There is a pretty substantial fan. It could be the room, but the fan is also pretty loud. Next update will auto hide controller when you're using one. That is. Are you talking about Eden? Are you working on that too? Ooh, what's going on with the lights there? Never seen that before. Honestly, running pretty smooth. I didn't do a asynchronous shader compilation, but we're already at 60. So I was playing this on the R50V, and the R50V did not ever get to 60. Skip. I've been with Eden. Oh my god. Well, don't tell anybody that. We'll keep that between us. I assume that shader compilation stutter. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming about the stutter. I mean, it's already smoothing out, so. It is actually building shaders, and it's running pretty good, so. The screen also looks really nice. You have a decibel meter? So I almost bought one, and then I was like looking it up, and even like professionals say that the microphone on your phone is better than the microphone on the decibel reader. So just like, so I got an app, and the app is fine. I've been using the app in some of my videos. But also it's like a little subjective because there's some fans that like will read that they're not that loud, but the sound that they emit is very annoying. It's like higher pitched than normal, you know? Where did you get that Mario Maker cutout in your background? Oh, Thrill House. Needless things. Travel or somebody, could you post a link to that? Why can't I hop? Is the shoulder button messed up? Can't wait for Mesa to bless us with turnip drivers. Can you explain what Mesa is? Thank you, Trouble. This is running great. There's like some stutters, but like, it's not a problem. Owies. Give me that. Does extracting your own Switch ROMs from a modded Switch ruin the physical cartridge if you put the game back in a Switch? No, not at all. Just don't play the game online in 2 places at once. Can you beat the whole game tonight? No. Which version of Odin 3? This is the Max. That kind of looks washed out in real life. I thought it looked washed out because it's too bright, but no, it looks washed out here. It kind of looks like it has a Pro Mist filter on. It's very weird. I'll have to play with this some more, but I might go as far as saying this OLED screen is not that good. The colors are nice, but like, there seems to be a weird like contrast curve or something. Like, there's like a bloom happening. It's very weird. I can see it. So it's difficult to show you because there is a Pro Mist filter on this camera. So let's take this off real quick. So that looks like I still have the filter on. So this is with the filter on, and this is with the filter off. It's not really doing much. I'll show you what a Pro Mist is supposed to do. So that's what a Pro Mist does. It blooms the light, right? It's not really doing anything. That's really weird. So yeah, it looks like it has a Pro Mist on, but it doesn't. I've never seen that before. That's really bizarre. There's like a weird graphical line happening over here. Couple of weird little quirks, but you know the game is running fine. So why can't I do a cap jump? What's happening? Do I need to like change the dead zone for the? No, that's weird. Maybe I'm just bad at the game. It's building shaders very quickly, so I think this is very nice. This is the best I've seen Switch run on a non-Switch device. Yeah, it does have some significant weird graphical glitches, but the frame rate is very nice. I'd assume that the graphical glitches are because the driver is not great, but the raw power is getting the frame rate up there, and that's arguably more important. Mesa makes open source drivers under the name Turnip because Qualcomm doesn't care less about giving us great GPU drivers. Qualcomm drivers implement the bare minimum of Vulkan extensions, things we heavily rely on for fast and accurate ending. Okay, so who is Mesa? Is that just like a group of open source people? It's still building shaders, by the way. So yeah, this is good. This is running good. I'm turning off my noise gate. I got an Odin 2 portal right before they announced Odin 3. At first, I was annoyed by the timing, but I still love my Odin 2 portal, and it seems like the Odin 3 is kind of a disappointment. I'd say they're largely similar. It's more expensive, first of all, I'm pretty sure, right? And also, it's the law of diminishing returns. This thing's more powerful, but really, how much more do you even need? It's still an Android phone. You're still not gonna be able to play fucking Call of Duty Warzone. No, you can actually. You can play Warzone mobile. You're still not gonna be able to play fucking Resident Evil Village. No, isn't there a mobile version of that? Oh, Jesus Christ. What's a game that just came out? Expedition 33. You're not gonna play that on here. My point is, GameHub and Game Native are awesome, but like there is a cap. Like it's still, you still aren't gonna be playing AAA games. Aren't the mobile version of the games shit? Gotta be honest with you, no. Some of these mobile versions are like actually kind of sick. Thor can play Village at like 20 frames per second. That can it through Game Native? Because I can download that. I can't wait till they start releasing these with cellular integration. I don't need cellular integration. Why do you need cellular integration? Are you going to get a SIM card just so you can play Fortnite on the bus? I play a lot of Fortnite on the OTP. Did I just fucking read your mind? Odin 2 Portal runs better. Oh no, you're a different person. 6 to 12 months from now, mainly due to Valve compatibility, is going to jump up quite a bit. Yes, I'm very excited about that. I think the Steam headset, I really hope. Could you fucking imagine, dude, if this year they're just like, Steam Deck Lite, it's ARM-based. Steam Deck Lite, it's just in Odin. And they have their own, like, protocol. Their own translation layer. So, if you don't know, let me give a little context here. Okay. So the Steam Frame is Valve's upcoming VR headset, right? This thing can play games natively on the headset, so you don't need to plug it into anything. It does that because it has a Snapdragon processor in it. It's an ARM processor, which is what is in Android phones. So it's using basically Android architecture. And when that happened, everyone was like, that must mean Valve has their own translation layer for ARM or Android. So you can just play Moss, you can play No Man's Sky, and it just translates it. So I was doing my Steam recap the other day on the podcast, and fucking look at this. It said, hey man, you played a lot of games in virtual reality. I was like, no, I fucking didn't. I didn't play a single VR game this year. I haven't played VR in forever. That's because they already think that playing a game on Android is playing it on their headset. Because GameHub and Game Native is doing what this VR headset is going to be doing. I play Silk Song in VR. I played it on my fucking little Odin 2 Mini. Look at that. These are not VR games. Isn't that sick? Isn't that sick as hell? Actually, working on Bazite-like OS for Android with a lot of other... That sounds fucking awesome. I'd imagine what may happen... I mean, this would be the dream. I don't know what Valve is doing. I think it's hard for Valve to literally do anything because there's not that many people that work there, and they don't have rules. Or like they don't have like a real structure or hierarchy in the company, so they all just kind of do whatever they want. But my speculation would be that if this VR headset is some sort of ARM or Android translation layer situation, the most we're gonna get out of it is a Steam Deck Lite. Well, no, the most we're getting a headset, okay? Maybe we might get a Steam Deck Lite that they make with their own OS on it. But people will still need GameHub or Game Native to get these things to play Steam games. Unless you want to do the Bazite-like OS, which would be probably a lot for most people to think about. But that sounds great to me, especially if Valve doesn't make their own ARM handheld or Android handheld. Then do a Bazite solution. But Bazite's amazing, but it's just not ever going to be mainstream because it's an OS people got to install. Thanks for the raid. I don't think Valve will give us a Steam OS for Android, but if Gabe comes in the room, well, but that's the thing is that's what this is. That's what the Steam frame is. But if Gabe comes in the room and asks who the captain is, I'll hand over the keys. Happy to seize the. Well, it's probably like he didn't ask Bazite for the keys, you know. Sorry, I've been ignoring notifications, I think. Loot Curse, thanks for the Prime. Joque Vedo, thanks for the $20. Oh my God, that was from 35 minutes ago. I missed $20. That's a lot of money. I'm so sorry. Love your great works. Thank you. I hope you're still here. I'm sorry I missed that. Joe Holds Bards, thanks for the 26 months. All right, let's continue here. I wasn't going to stream for that long because I wanted to play with my arcade cabinet, but now I'm kind of just vibing. So remember last stream or whatever, I was worried. I lowered the bit rate of the stream and that fixed like everything. Like now 1440p, even on the podcast, 1440p everywhere. It's been, I was like lowering the bit rate. That's not enough bit rate for 1440p. There's no way it could look that good. Then I realized I'm not playing games or playing a video or playing anything that like would have a lot of motion happening. So a low bit rate really doesn't matter because all the video's rendering is me moving. Okay, well that's gonna, all right. That might crush the bit rate a little bit. Hoops McIlroy, thanks for being a super cool guy. Bob, will we ever get a full switch to Linux for a month? Video. Oh God, no. I couldn't do that. So I did a switch to using a PC handheld as my main computer for a week. That video didn't do that good, and that was a nightmare. I hated that. That sucked. That was not fun. Stop.
Happy New Year, Bob.
Oops. You didn't have to do that. I hope that wasn't a misclick, but that's a lot of. Please stop. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. $100 is a lot of money. I appreciate it. No more money, please. Thank you. I feel like Linux swapping is so hot right now. Yeah, PewDiePie did it, and everybody lost their fucking minds. Treble, you especially stop. Am I gonna have to be a moist critical and turn off fucking donations? I'm not as wealthy as moist critical. But don't make me turn this ship around. Kira, thank you for being a super cool guy on YouTube. Guys, if you are... Hold on, let me make a public service announcement. If you are a member on YouTube or on Twitch, you can join the supporter-only Discord channel by linking your YouTube or your Twitch, wherever you give me money. And then you get the bonus episodes of the podcast, and I put them in there. So you don't even have to be a patron. You could just... Also, you can just directly talk to me there, unless you bother me too much, and then I might ban you. But... I check it every day or two. So I'm in there. Everyone, I hang out in there. So at least you get something for giving me money. I don't like it when you just give me money and you don't get anything. I want you to at least get something. But I also don't want to give you too much of my time. So you see the struggle? Can you give me step-by-step instructions because I suck at Discord? No. I should make a video, but then I have to make a video. Maybe I can make a video. Maybe I'll just take someone's account and do it. Anyway, you're on Twitch. Okay, you subscribe on Twitch. Go to discord.gg/wolfden. No, I'm sorry. Yes. No, discord.gg/wolfden, right? Yes, that's what it is. Okay, you go there. And then what do you fucking do? So you gotta join that. You just join the server. Just join the server. Guys, I was so bored last week that I cleared all my Discord notifications. Can you believe that? I've been so fucking... I need to be working on a video. If I don't do that, I'm going to start drilling holes in the wall and shit. Okay, once you join the Discord, go to your user settings. And there's like a connections or something. Where's connections? Authorized apps? No. Connections. Yeah, there's connections. Okay, connections. And then you just link your Twitch. And then once you link your Twitch, give it like a day or two, and then you might see the hidden supporter channel in Discord. And of course, you could do that with YouTube as well if you are a paid YouTube member. I envy boredom like that. It sounds kind of nice. I know that's like a first world problem. It's not a problem at all. Being bored is not a problem. I gotta check my privilege a little bit. But, you know, I kind of forced myself to, like, take a little bit off. It's not really a little bit off. I was doing a lot of family shit. But, you know, in between all that, I'm just kind of sitting. So I'm, like, sitting, and I'm like... I'm gonna drill a hole in the wall. I gotta buy a new grinder. Throw this old thing out. I want a new TV stand. I'm reaching out to a plumber to a water line extended so a tech can plumb the micro in. Are you going to do the filter thing? Talking about espresso machines, guys. All right, we should probably play a game. I feel like we've done fucking nothing on this thing. I downloaded... Okay, I got everything. I'm going to try neon white first. You know what? Before we do that, let's make sure the settings are good. New $1,200 coffee grinder. You... Who? First of all, who are you talking to? If you're talking to me, mine was $600, the one that I bought. And I feel comfortable saying that because Trevel spent more than either of us could imagine. YouTube doctors tell me that we need to be bored more often. That quiet place where the mind just wanders. I'm gonna push back a little bit. If you're comfortable with your life, then no, you can keep doing what you're doing. I like having things to do, you know. It's nice to, you know, have a little bit of free time. I think what I need to do this year is I need to be better at clocking in, because like when I have things to do for the day, I get up, I make myself food, I take a big fat shit, I have a coffee, then I take a shower, maybe I exercise, maybe I don't, and lately I don't, and then I clock in. I go to do something, and then it's fucking 4 o'clock all of a sudden. So I need to be better at like, maybe like at noon, I gotta be at the desk or something like that. Which I know to most people, they're like, I get it to work at 9 o'clock. Okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm complaining about clocking into work at 4 o'clock, but you know, still. The problem is I'm basically working from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. But it's fragmented and it's like all this bullshit, you know? So like it needs to just be like, at this time I'm sitting down and I'm doing the thing, so that I can then clock out when it's like dinner time or something, you know? They suggested a relatively straightforward one, not any sort of reverse osmosis thing. Is it one of the ones with like the 3 things? Like the 3 filters? Grinding coffee in a $600 grinder is work. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's literally not. It's you press a button and it just comes out. You mentally clock in more than 40 hours in a week. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I like obsess over it. Like I like being busy. I like thinking about I like it. Cuz the things I'm thinking about are like things that I like, you know? That's why it's so hard to like make a video on something that I don't care about, and I try really hard not to do that. Like when I had like a real job, as my dad would say, I like towards the end of my stay at that real job, I was getting more into YouTube stuff, and I was at work like only thinking about the creative work I could be doing at home, you know? And that was destroying me. That was like grinding, and it's exhausting. So like I'm not, the privilege isn't lost on me that I'm able to like that this is all that I have to think about, you know? And like there's not going to be an off switch, you know, like there's no like go home and or there's no like clock in and then clock out and just turn it off and then I can relax on the couch. But like that like I don't think that's going to happen, but I just need to work on like clocking in so that I can get an earlier start so that I can taper off a little earlier if you know, and maybe have some time at the end of the day for some bullshit. When will the winners be announced for the giveaway? Oh, we can do it right now. This is, you're witnessing all of the ADHD. Gleam? So I noticed that people were saying that I was giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 in the last Nintendo Switch 2 video that I did. It has 1,500 entries, which sounds like a lot, but that's not really a lot. I was getting some tweets saying that the giveaway wasn't working, so then I entered it myself, and it works. I had to do it twice for some reason. So I didn't do anything about it because I don't know what to do about it, and also, if you can't just join the giveaway more than once, then you don't deserve to win a Nintendo Switch 2. Single dose, you can get great value with a $100 hand grinder. That gets tedious real quick though. You trust me, you do not have to spend a lot of money on a grinder. If you don't want to. This giveaway only has 3,000 impressions. That's so low. Winners. Draw winners. There's a almost 0% chance the winner is going to be here. Swervin' Yervin.
Gimme one bold prediction for retro gaming in 2026.
Thank you for the almost $3 Canadian. One bold prediction for retro gaming. A bold prediction for retro gaming. Pokemon games on a virtual console. Virtual console? Retro Pokemon games on the Switch 2 in some way, shape, or form. The winner is Alex Ligma from Arizona. Alex Ligma. I will email them after the stream. It will be decided in court that emulating retro games is not legal. You know, I was thinking something along those lines. I do think that emulation is, the legality of emulation is headed for a terrible place. I think that it's going downhill, and there's like almost nothing we can do about it. I feel like there is things we can do about it, and it's a lot of work, and I don't know. I feel like I am among one of the people who is capable of doing something about it, and I don't know what to do, and I stress over this very frequently. I feel like there's not many people who could do something about the legality of emulation, and I am among one of those people, and I don't know what to do. Call your representatives and do what? I have to like go to like a fucking like a representative who's like dying for votes from the youth and be like, hey, I have a YouTube channel where we talk about video games. It'd be really popular in your voter base if you pass these legislations about emulation and blah blah blah. I tell that everybody would love it. They go crazy. Get with Palmer, tag team. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a pretty good idea. Ed and Russ, I have talked to Russ about it. It was like one night I was like trauma dumping on him about me like toiling away, about trying to figure out like how we could do something about it. Unfortunately, the way that you get anything done in like government is you're gonna have to team up with some people that you might not necessarily agree with. Like, it's possible I might have to sit across from like a shady Republican guy and be like, hey, I think you would be really popular if you did something like this. And then people are gonna be like, why did you give this guy any time of day? It's like, I don't care about the guy, I care about the legislation, man. Are you think court precedent or actual law? There needs to be an actual change to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Because right now the messaging is not clear enough for the right to repair and emulation and messing with the software on devices that we own and stuff like that. Like that, all of the messaging is too murky, and it heavily favors companies who can legally fight these things and set the precedents in court. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act allows for revisions every 4 years, and you can submit revisions. Unfortunately, one of the revisions happened earlier in the early last year or earlier in this year. Like, we just missed it, the 4-year window. So for that avenue, we have to wait, and I think things can only get worse. Maybe after Stop Killing Games results in actual legislation. Yeah. But like, we don't have to wait. Like this could all happen at once. Like, we shouldn't have to wait for like that to happen and then have another thing happen, because we've been waiting for the right to repair to be a thing, and like that's not getting any better either. Anyway, that's my rant about the legality of emulation. I think that it's the only thing that I can really do right now is just continue to try to promote getting your ROMs legally. I know that's boring and not sexy and requires a little bit of work, but it is fun to get the ROMs from the cartridges. It's fun to get the ROMs to extract them from Steam games. And it's the only way to get courts to think that emulation is a legitimate way to play games. If you continue to pirate things, and if you continue to write on Reddit and talk about pirating things, and if you continue to tell all your friends through your internet forums about pirating things, all of those are going to be brought up in front of judges. And the more of that happens, the more that emulation looks like illegal piracy. And that's bad, and we don't like that. So keep your fucking mouth shut about the piracy and only talk about the legal parts, okay? Or else we're all gonna lose these. We're not gonna have these anymore. They're all gonna be gone. Anyway, where are we? Who are you? All right, I am editing my configuration file. Do I want ARM on this? Yeah, I guess I do. 720p is fine. Show FPS. Thank you very much. Steam type light. Graphics. Oh, who's that? Oh, Layer Shift. Thanks for giving me a bunch of money. How you doing, Layer Shift? Layer Shift to fix my arcade cabinet. Are you proud of me? Dumping your own games genuinely feels so rewarding. It is. And unfortunately, every time I talk about it, people are like, why wouldn't I just download it? It's like, okay, why wouldn't I steal a car? Like, it's a fucking, like, it's fucking, ah! There are a lot more settings than I'm remembering. Box preset performance. Oh, and video memory. Oh, we have so much video memory here. This is the 16, so we're doing 8, dude. Split it in half. Oh, and GPU, I like to do either the I was doing the Steam Deck GPU, the Van Gogh, but I think I'm gonna switch to the. I've been doing the GTX 1080 Ti for some reason. I don't even know if that means anything. Frame rate, I'll limit it to 6. No, we don't want to limit it though. Cause I gotta see how high I can get. We'll do 144. That might get a little spicy, but what is the? Oh, this is 120, right? I'll cap it at 120. Now, why are these? Oh God, why did that happen? Why are these GPU? Oh God, stop doing that! No, did you just get rid of all my settings? I just did settings. Where'd you go? Fuck. I'm just gonna save every time I change the setting now. Hey, you just save that. Why are you not saving? Light. Save. Okay, I'll go fuck myself, I guess. Can I do it? Okay. Oh, we'll just crash. All right. Where is this version of the SMB water theme from? It's on screen. It was Wii Plays. Or it was Mario Kart World. It's Mario Kart World. Some games refuse to launch on older cards, so you are just lying to the games about what GPU you have. What would be better compatibility for an ARM chip like this? Should it be the Van Gogh or should it be the 1080? I only started doing the 1080 because I saw other people doing it. So tiny on screen. You're right, it is very tiny on screen. I'm sorry. It's 1080 leaves faster than the Van Gogh. Yeah, I'm aware. That icon from Maricrowd World is really small. Okay, I'm sorry. And I don't want to make it bigger. I think it's a 2060 is just fine. Some games want an RTX card but don't even require any ray tracing. All right, I'm just going to stick to the 1080. All right, I'm going to attempt to do this config again. Light, save, go back. It refuses. Okay, all right, I guess we're normal. Box compatibility, performance, save, go back. It did it. Okay, so it just doesn't want to do a light Steam version. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We will be doing show frame rate though. Where's that? Show frame rate. Save. Back. Nope. Bing. 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 Show frame rate. Okay. Emulation. We did box preset. Now wine. Okay, we want 8 gigabytes. Yes, thank you. And then the card name, I'm doing 1080. And that's it for that, I believe. And we're changing the frame rate to 120. Hello. And then that's it. Now we can play. Are you playing the music from Spotify? I am playing it on YouTube Music. Didn't you turn off 120 refresh rate? I sure did. There we go, it's back. That's what I'm asking. How is Android actually to navigate on these? You get a front end and it's fine. I just added Odyssey to my phone thanks to this stream. Oh my god, nice. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, bro. I have to remind myself that like most people who are watching my videos and like looking at these cool Android devices have Android phones in their pocket and can probably do like almost all of the same shit. What's your 2026 predictions? I'm gonna have a video probably next week about that. Although it'll more be about like, I mean, the way I usually talk about shit like that is I'll go through like all of the news and stuff that's actually going to be coming out or is slated to come out and then do a little, sprinkle in a little speculation around that. How did this game run? Well, it didn't. So, well, it fucking failed. So. Okay, well, scored. Try again, huh? Try again for me? All right, Skyrim. Okay, let's do it. Let's do a quick little restart here, huh? That was me. That was I unplugged something. That was me. Are the people who use on-screen controllers actually real? Yes. You ever see those videos of guy? I used to like see this guy on TikTok all the time, who played Call of Duty Mobile with a tablet with on-screen controls, and he had like gloves. He had like finger gloves, and he like not fingerless gloves, like gloves on his only like finger condoms. And he played like this. He was fucking nuts. No, I don't want Eden. Tries again. All right. Okay. So off to a bad start here. We played one game, by the way. What happened? What is happening? Is it the... Wait. It must be the driver. Driver manager. Okay. Available online drivers. I'm going to assume is this. Okay. Download. Close. Okay. So is that just... Do I just have that now? That did not work. My kids use on-screen controls instead of grabbing my USB-C telescoping controllers. I mean, it's just easy. I mean, it's not easier, but like it's... You don't have to set up anything. It's just there. So where is the driver I just downloaded? Is it automatically using it? No. Graphics? You didn't save the settings of the driver? No. I mean, I just downloaded it, but I don't know how to actually, like, set it. We don't want a reverse landscape ever, please. Someone said they had a booth set up to show off their game, and the kids that came up didn't grab the controller. They touched the screen to try anything. It made the devs realize he needed to add touch controls. That is so unfortunate. What if I do this? I got off of ARM. Nope. What am I looking up here? Productivity, how do I set the driver? I downloaded it. Is it automatically set after I do that? Install or remove? Oh. Failed to install driver. Already installed. Okay. So it's installed already. Okay, so I'm just screwed then. It's just not working then. What if I try like a low-powered game? Like, I mean, Silk Song's not like low-powered enough, I feel like. Oh, gravity or circuits. I've not been paying attention. The games are crashing. The games are not loading. So I'm gonna try a low-powered game and see what happens. Stardew Valley doesn't run at all in GameHub or Game Native. That's interesting. That feels like something that they would probably optimize for. Do you edit the container settings before trying the default setting? Yes, absolutely. I absolutely did do that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I did do that. Do you use a grip for your Switch 2 at all? No. I do like the Satisfy grip, but I honestly just usually don't play for long enough to like even reach for it. Thoughts on RAM prices going up for AI? Oh, I got a lot of thoughts on that. Okay, we're getting a lot of crashes. I think that the driver just will not work. I will try one more time. You know, I'll do Skyrim, and I'm gonna edit the container and set the whole container to default. Is that a thing I can do? Steam type went to light. I didn't set that. I'll try normal. No, it didn't work. Reset container to the default config. Okay, is this my default config or the default config? This is my default config. Okay, so let's go back to modify default config. There is not a reset config. It could be, okay, so let me put the RAM back to 2. And I will change the frame rate that I had. Where was that? Here? Oh, should I just delete it? I just deleted that. Go, please discard what I just did. It just let me delete a whole line. I don't remember what the default renderer was. It was like 480 or something. It was like the GTX 480. Okay, so we'll do that. We will do 2 gigabytes, and I'm gonna change this back to 60. It was 60 before. Okay. And that's all we're gonna do. And we're gonna see if this runs. Okay, and it still does not run. Okay, I'm gonna set this to normal, save. I'm gonna set it to box was set to compatibility. Okay. And that's it. Okay, I put everything back to default, so. I learned so much seeing people use the actual emulator. Like you said, it's easy to assume things make sense when you work. Yeah. It's probably extremely frustrating too. Yeah, I'm gonna just assume that the has anybody gotten GameHub or Game Native to work on this thing? GameHub, yes. Okay. GameHub Lite. Hey, look, it's the guy. Source code. How about a release? Is this just a patch? Is it not the actual thing? Oh, wait, here we go. Main project with pre-built APK. Thank you. Ban it. Oh my god. Source code again. Give me the game hub, man. Wait, where did I end up? Am I just stuck in a loop? I'm stuck in a loop. Ah. Oh, this one has it. Oh, it's experimental, though. I don't want experimental. I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay. Just had to keep scrolling. I'm doing this one. Wait, I don't know which one's which now. Download this one. Install. Thank you. Open. Okay, let me show my screen so that I can log in here. The last thing on my phone was Steam. That was so quick. All right. Now, GameHub, I know less about the settings on GameHub, so I'm just going to download shit and hope for the best. Search. Let's just do Gravity. Let's just do Gravity Circuit first. Just because it's a light game and it'll install very easily. Keep screen on. I know, dude. Imagine playing Freedom Unite on that Tang. I don't know what you're talking about. Has anyone ever told you you look like Uncle Benjen from Game of Thrones? I'm not going to Google that. Google actively attempting to make side loading mode more difficult. Didn't they already like ban side loading? Oh, it's just a video. It's just a video. I thought the game just loaded. Why did the game automatically load? Oh, because I hit it. Okay, I hit it. That was my bad. They went back on it. They're not banning it anymore. Oh my god, thank you. Okay, so GameHub's got it going on. Is there a Mesa Zinc is what it says it's using. I am going to quit. I'm going to quit this. Exit. I would like to uncap the frame rate. GameHub Lite will have SD card support for Steam games. Just polishing some things before release. Very nice. That is very nice. This thing has a lot of storage, so it's not a big deal. Where are the settings? I'm not GameHub literate. Settings. Why are there like no settings here? Menu? Nope. Okay. Well, while we're at it, Skyrim. Back button will bring up a sidebar where you have settings like frame cap. Thank you. I thank you very much for being here. Hitting the back button, you say? It wants me to leave. Ah! I left. Okay, we're fine. We're still downloading. Yeah, the back button's not doing that. Oh, there's PC emulator settings? I guess we'll just run with that then. Proton X64 GPU driver. It's used. I guess it doesn't. Okay, I think that's not what I want. I guess we could do it on a per game thing. Nope. Okay. During the game? Oh. Yeah, I like game native better. Can we test the game first before change settings? I want to uncap the frame rate, man. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. I hate that some of these games do not work on Game Native nor GameHub because of the anti-cheat they installed on it, like the Persona games. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that any game can work in this way. I'm gonna have a Rice Krispie treat. Bob would be a great tester, but an awful QA employee. Yes, when I had a real job, I did not. I'm pretty sure I got thrown off of a project for being annoying. I just ate the wrapper. What was your real job? I was a graphic designer at a t-shirt company. It was Busted Tees and TeePublic. TeePublic is like Redbubble. They're like a print-on-demand thing. It was a website where like you can upload your own designs and put them on a shirt, and then they would like automatically like print the shirt. And they were launching some. They were doing something that like automated the process. Like one of my jobs early on there was to make sure that everything was going to print nice. So like if you, when you sat there and when you go on the website and you upload your design, you get to like place where it goes on the shirt, right? And then I would get it sent to my computer, and I would then have to place it onto a Photoshop template matching what you did. So I was like a human, like Turk, like taking it and putting it. And then I would like adjust all of the colors and everything so that it would print well, because the printer is not, it's a digital printer and they're not like very accurate. So I would have to like take what your artwork looked like and make it look good when it actually printed. And they were working on automating that process. So the developers were, there was a whole bunch of shit that they were automating. And I was like helping them do that. And then on top of that, they added a bunch more products and a bunch more like things you can like put your shit on or whatever, like canvas prints and stuff. And so very frequently they would like either ask me how an artist would want something uploaded and then whatever, or they would say, this is what we can do to automate the process. And there would be like compromises on the actual printing end. And I'd be like, well, if you do this, then it's going to cause all these problems. And if you do this, then it's going to cause all these problems. And frequently in development, you just have to ship the thing, so you worry about the problems later. And for a normal person, that sounds like a horrible idea. But for a developer, like they will eventually fix it later. It's really not that big of a deal. So like I'm freaking out because I'm like, you know, I'm the artist. I'm the only artist amongst all of these developers. So I'm like, you are going to ruin the way that everything works if you publish this. So then they just stopped talking to me and then published it without talking to me about it. And then all these problems happened, and then hey Bob, all those things that you said would happen ended up happening. But then they fixed it. So like, it really wasn't the end of the world. Continue? Do I want to continue? I'm going to hit continue. Doesn't always get fixed, for the record. According to Atriok, Twitch's homepage was run off of Google Calendar. I did see that video of him explaining that. Honestly, if it works, it works. No, that's not reasonable. I think that that's reasonable. Because someone like Atriok has to put in the information. And like doing it in a Google Doc is like a fine interface for a Twitch employee. It's not, they're not a developer. It's a Twitch employee that's managing the front page. So like putting it in a Google Doc is really not unreasonable. You want a Twitch developer to develop a backend for the homepage? Why? The Google Sheet is working just fine. What if Google changes something? Your entire homepage is dependent on Google Calendar. No, it's Google Sheet. It was a Google Sheet, was it not? Because the Google Sheet is just, that shouldn't be changing. It's a Google Sheet. I assumed it was a Google Sheet, that he had to type in a very specific syntax. Because a Google Sheet sounds like actually not a bad backend. Why is this not downloading? Okay, now we're going. This loaded so fast. Okay, we have a problem though. Skyrim Special Edition will now detect your video hardware. Okay, boom. Video settings have been set for ultra quality. I'm sure that's fine. You know, I'll hit play before I do anything else. Can I have a controller though? Oh, and it crashed. Continue. It's a Google Calendar. Okay, that is less reasonable than a Google Sheet. Although, I mean, I don't... How would a developer pull from a Google Calendar? It'd probably be a sheet at the end. I don't know what the back end of Google Calendar looks like, because I'd imagine that a Google Calendar can be used to pull information from in a way that hopefully wouldn't change, because like if you do change the way you pull from a Google Calendar, that would break like a lot of apps. Okay. Okay. We will try a different game. Neon white. I will reiterate, we've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I have played one game. I would never put my company's homepage in someone else's hands. That's a little ignorant, because most of these big homepages have other like products that they use as a service, you know? Google just happens to be one of them. You know? Like the whole world works off of AWS. I don't think fucking, you know, I don't think Reddit has a problem running off of AWS, you know what I mean? That's another company. That's what AWS does. That's what Google does. Everybody uses Google Calendar. Everybody uses Google Sheets. If Google Calendar went down, that would fuck a lot of the world. Remember that one time iPhones didn't adjust to daylight savings, or it broke and people's alarms didn't go off? Remember that? It fucked the whole world. It just sounds funny that Twitch uses Google Calendar to navigate their homepage. Because first of all, Twitch is not run well. Twitch is a bad product. But also, it's something we know. It's like, oh, that sounds so stupid and dumb, and like they should have something more premium than just a Google Calendar. They should have something more official than that. But like a lot of the world works like that. You know how many fucking like real production studios use stream decks, like the little Elgato thing to like as like a little key thing? You'd think there'd be something more premium than a shitty Elgato stream deck that you have to unplug and plug back in every time you want to fucking use it. But that's what they use. Comparing running your homepage off of Google Calendar using AWS is not a real argument. Well, you said I wouldn't put my company in another company's hands. So that's just wrong. That you have to do that sometimes. But look, I can't think of any popular websites right now that have like important homepages, but like you're gonna be using other services on that homepage. If you're running a website, you're going to have other services on that website. It's just, you're going to pull from other places. You're not always going to have everything locally within your company. Remember when half the internet was run on Flash and then they just got rid of it? Using a service for what it's intended for versus what the hell Twitch is doing. I'm telling you, like, using a Google service is not a horrible idea for a backend. It's just funny because it's something that we normal people can attribute. Like, oh, they're just using a Google Calendar? They should use something more official. Like, that's how it works. Like, when I walk into a production studio and I'm like, oh, they're using a fucking, I don't know, Elgato Stream Deck. I'm like, that's weird. I could just buy that at Best Buy. Or, you know, they use Steam decks to launch missiles in fucking the Ukraine. We're in a game finally.
Plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
No frame limit. Oh my god, we have 500 frames. That doesn't sound right.
Old friends, excellent.
The fan ramped up when I uncapped the frame rate. $70 frames. Okay, that's like what I was getting on the last thing I tested. What was even the last handheld I tested? Where's the jump button? I always forget. What was the last powerful Android handheld that I tested? I keep wanting to hit B to jump. And what is the restart button? Actually, I can just look at my Excel spreadsheet, right? I think last time I played this, I forgot that you can like jump with the cards. I just completely forgot. It was kind of wildly jumping between 65-ish and like 80. Where were we? Really, the 1x sugar? Okay. That one's very powerful, so. Oh, we play games here? Maybe lock it to 60? That's what I would do. I mean, honestly, the jumping between 60... It felt smooth the whole time. The jumping between 60 and 80 was not a big deal. Haven, thanks for the $2.
Skyrim. Driver 849. 3 dots. Compatibility. GPU driver.
Okay. Thank you. I will do that. And then I gotta leave, and then I gotta get the hell out of here. I got an arcade cabinet to play with. Do achievement works on this? I believe they do. I don't think you get them on the device, but I think it syncs everything. Skyrim. Can I do it from... Oh, I gotta go to here, right? Settings? No. Wait. View details? 3 dots. Wait. How did I get to that driver page before? Oh, it was here. Okay. No. I'm gonna launch Skyrim and try it from inside. He really wants to download shit. This is GameHub currently. Game Native wouldn't run anything. What's the biggest compromise you've made in marriage? We've been living together for a while. A month into a relationship, and I am curious. Are you making compromises? I feel like you should be making many compromises early on in the relationship. You need to restart the launcher? This shouldn't happen? What shouldn't happen? The downloading thing, okay. Bob somehow breaking GameHub. I mean, look, the nature of doing these things is we're trying to stress test everything. So, like, if things are breaking, that's unfortunately just gonna happen. I'm 1 month into thinking about starting to find someone to date. Thank you, Haven.
It still thinks it's downloading.
I probably should have changed settings. No, well, we'll see. Okay, this is farther than we got last time. I'm starting to get a sore throat. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna chug some liquid IV. I had 2 soups today. I can't have a third soup. That would be crazy. Can I continue? I think there was a weird reason I couldn't continue last time. Before I do that, though, frame limit. So I'm not going to change those compatibility settings that you gave me, Haven. I'm going to see what it's like here. It's soup-ass weather. A third soup might be nice. This is not where I want to be. This is a thing with Skyrim for some reason. Hitting continue brings me there, but like, oh, I don't want to exit. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Hitting continue brings me there, but going to my saves, I can like go to like where I actually am in the game. I'm sorry. I may have said this was GameHub, but I meant GameHub Lite. I'm sorry. I'm conflating the two sometimes. Mesa is the name of the open source drivers on Linux that AMD and Intel GPUs and IPUs use also. Yes. I understand. Have you ever checked MU ready for settings if a game doesn't run? No. I have not. I probably should, though. Let's do that thing where I uncap the frame rate. Oh, it's uncapped. But it's acting like it's capped. Load. Bob. Auto. Yes. All right, we are turning off the noise gate. Apparently hitting my noise gate button automatically saves the song I'm listening to my liked music. Hello? Okay. So, here we go. We're only getting around 30 frames. That's like not amazing. Maybe settings, display. Is there like a resolution setting? Is there a resolution setting in GameHub? CRT effects? Hold on, I gotta know what this is like. Oh my god, what did I do? I saved the setting. That looks kind of cool. You can see it in the sky. There's like a CRT filter. It's kind of cool. Skyrim res has to be changed in the launcher. Oh. Alright. Oh, don't hit him. He's a good guy. It's just like snapped to him. Yeah, this is not running good. I think not having the drivers is really fucking this. Neon White ran pretty good, but it wasn't like blowing me away. You set the game to ultra? Oh. Okay, true. I guess I gotta quit. Okay, I didn't set the game to ultra. The game set the game to ultra, okay? What button is the back button? That's not the back button. How do I get settings, man? Do I gotta reload the whole game? I guess I do. How are we feeling about this one compared to the Odin 2 Pro? I'm feeling very bad about this because it doesn't have drivers. I'm feeling like that's the reason this thing is... Oh, it's only 720p already. That's what I was gonna... I don't want to go lower than 720p. Detail? How about low? Video settings have been changed to low quality. Okay, 720p low quality. And we're gonna hit play. Is that a different anamorphic lens for your A-cam? No.
It need extreme. If you can, go to 3 dots, PC settings, compatibility, translation parm and set to extreme from game preset. It doubles the FPS.
Extreme graphics settings? Let's see how this goes first. Ever thought about a gaming tablet? Yes, I am getting one, I think. But I'm not allowed to talk about it. Sorry for the backseat chatting. It's okay. You're giving me money, first of all, but also it's helpful. Do you have a go-to brand for gaming handhelds? I have too many. Nintendo. How we're telling... I love how we're all telling Bob these intricate things to use as if he's not going to just stay at default and say that's as good as it'll get for now. Well, I did just click a button and nothing's happening. Oh, did I not hit load? I didn't hit load. Oh, is the text-to-speech doubling? I think it's just really loud and being picked up on my mic. It's capping at 60. Yeah, I don't have the frame limit on. I guess Skyrim is capping it. That's annoying. But this is significantly better. This is significantly better. Oh, little bunny. Why did it take so long to hit him? Kill that bunny. Give me that rabbit leg. It's like Zim in my backyard. Was there a VSync option? I didn't see many options. There must be a frame limit option. Skyrim freaks out over 60 frames. Is that a thing? Is it like Elden Ring? Like, apparently Elden Ring can't go over 60 frames. It's, like, capped forever. He loves asking a question and then ignoring chat until the answer is long gone. Sometimes you gotta write the answer a bunch of times. Also, sometimes I forget the question. Also, sometimes I'm not actually caring about the answer. I just have to talk. It's one of the curses of being a streamer is you just have to talk. And sometimes you're just saying nonsense. Sometimes you're not saying anything you mean or care about. Unfortunately, though, sometimes I do care about it and I do want the answer. But it's your job to figure out which one it is. This is good. This is running good now. I'm gonna reload the. Okay, all right. There's a wolf. There are 2 wolves inside me. I just broke his fucking neck. What's this guy doing? What's he doing? Okay, did I... Hello? Can I pet him? Okay. So anyway, we're just gonna leave. I'm going to launch the game again, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna take a peek at the settings again. Bob, the photo of the counter you uploaded with a Switch-like menu. Are you using a front end? Yes, that is Emulation Station. I think the name of that front end is just called Modern. I spent a really long time trying to get a nice front end, and I'm still not sure if that's the one that I like the most. Oh, advanced. I wasn't looking at advanced. I cannot see this screen. Shadow quality low. God rays quality. Lens flare. No, there's no frame options. There's view distance options. There are no frame rate options. I'm so sorry. I will say, though, that ran great. So I'm not too upset about it. I would probably never want to play a game on a handheld like this. Well, this thing does have a 120 hertz screen. So I'd probably cap everything at 120, even like 2D games. But like a game like Skyrim, I might cap at 60. Like Neon White, I would cap at 60. I don't need to get 70 frames. That's not important. Skyrim breaks beyond 60. Yeah, I'm assuming that it's that's the thing. All right. I've streamed long enough. I've streamed longer than I wanted to. I was going to do a quick little 2-hour. But honestly, we've only played like one game for like most. We barely like played with this thing like at all. Okay. So I don't know what we'll do next. I don't know what Sunday will bring. I would love to do an arcade cabinet stream. That requires a little bit of setup though. And you can play with your arcade cabinet. Lucky you. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll do a little. I'm gonna eat something. Maybe a soup. Maybe a nacho. I might make nachos. I got a little taco meat. Put a little salsa, put a little fake cheese. I got fake shredded cheese. I know what I'm doing. I figured it out. I use that, Siete? Is it called Siete? Those like nachos. Siete nachos? Yes. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. I know what I'm fucking doing, man. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, baby. Thanks for being here. Appreciate yous. So I'm not gonna have a video until next Thursday. It'll be a yapathon probably. Appreciate all the help from all you people as well. Productivity, you're great. As well as Haven, thank you for helping me. And everyone else. Is Biscuits on? He was on. Willow Davis is on, and he is a dragon. So playing Animal Crossing. Feel free to reach out if you still have issues. Okay, thank you. I think realistically, I'm just gonna wait for the drivers to come out. So you guys are gonna have to let me know when that actually happens, because I think that that's what the major problem is with this thing. Everyone be nice to Willow. I don't know if that's required, because he's VTubing as a weird dragon thing. So PC emulation honestly is great on this device without drivers. Switch is what really suffers, but I mean, Switch actually was fine. But the more I develop on the Odin 3, the less worried I am. I kind of just don't want to make a
Most
video until the
games
drivers
get
are out.
1.5 to 2x FPS when set to extreme preset.
Okay,
Default
thank you.
is game preset for stability.
Yeah, but where do you get that? 3 dots, PC settings. Okay, all right, I'll do that. I already started the raid, so I gotta go. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, God.